I'm Amy Slusher.
I'm Afton Halls.
I'm Alice Ben.
And I'm Tyler Tell.
And for our field day, we focused on compliance. We went out into Mount's campus and used the 3 different compliance techniques to try to get a complete stranger to buy something from us. And each member of the group had to use a different technique, and all 3 of the techniques had to be used. The 3 different techniques included foot in the door in the face, and that's not all. You guys probably remember learning about these. And each one of the techniques was used in a different way and on a different person. So what is compliance? It's kind of like conformity, which is a form of social influence in which people change their behavior or attitude in order to adhere to a group norm. And compliance is acting in accordance to a direct request from a stranger or just a person or group. Social psychologists have identified many different techniques that help others to achieve compliance. And these techniques are often used by salespeople, fundraisers, politicians, and things like that. So as we go through each technique, notice that each one involves 2 different requests, and the second request is actually the one in which the person asking is trying to achieve compliance with.
Okay, so my technique that I did was foot in the door. What happened was that I had a goal in mind. So for example, I wanted a second of their time, and then I kept going up by smaller goals to achieve my large goal. The principle of the technique was to start small. So the first thing that happened was, can I have a second of your time? The next thing that happened was, hey, would you mind filling out a waiver form allowing me to record you? Cool, I got that goal. My last goal was to actually get them to agree to a random interview. So I asked them multiple questions, and they just kind of kept going with it like, oh, all right, what's this? And at the end, I told them, so why'd you say yes to this random interview? And most people that I got, they kind of just agreed, well, you know, I just kind of figured you needed something, so they just agreed to it. Why does this work? It's all based on our attitude. Humans are known to be more positive about responding to a second request after they've already agreed to the first one. We feel pressure to remain consistent in all of our responses. And this is a video of one of the people that I got to agree to my survey.
Hi, my name is Afton Halls, and for my compliance technique, I'll be doing foot in the door. My goal right now is to go up to a random stranger and get them to agree to give me a second of their time, fill out a waiver form that they're going to be doing a human interest study. So let's go find a stranger. Can I have a second of your time?
Sure.
I'm doing a human interest study, and I was just wondering if you would be willing to partake in this study. Just going to be a short survey.
Okay.
All right, I need you to sign this waiver.
There you go.
All right, thanks. All right, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Just answer them as honestly and accurately as possible. Okay. All right, what were you doing before this interview?
Just waiting here.
Also, one more time, attending the greatest. How happy are you?
I'm being great. Oh.
He claimed to be about 6.5.
Why did you say yes to taking this random interview?
Bored.
Okay, so actually this is a psych experiment that I was doing about compliance, which is just getting people to say yes. And my tactic was foot in the door, which means I got a second of your time, I got you booked in, and after that you just kind of felt obligated.
So pretty much what happened during that thing, it was very awkward, as you could tell at some points. But I feel like as the interview went on, he still just said yes because it was almost a type of confusion where you just kind of agree to something because you feel needed. So that was my tactic. It was foot in the door.
And my tactic was door in the face technique. It's the opposite of foot in the door, where you start with a large request and then you slowly bring it down to a smaller one. And the person that you're asking is more obligated to say yes to the small request rather than the big one. An example is if a friend asks you to watch a pet for a month, you say no. If he asks you to watch his pet for only the weekend, it works because, well, it likely due to our tendency towards reciprocity, which is making mutual concessions, and fear that others won't view us as fair people. And when I tried to do the video thing, it didn't work for me because I'm apparently a horrible actor. So they all said no. So I made a survey and I separated it by gender. More than half the guys that took it fell victim to the door in the face technique 70% of the time. And the girls were about the same, although the girls were more likely to say no to someone selling goods for a fundraiser. And one girl actually felt bad for falling victim to the door in the face technique. So when she was saying yes to all the smaller questions, she actually wrote a note afterward saying if circumstances were different and I was rich, I'd give tons of money and buy everything. And when I told her that, more than 50% of the participants fell victim to the door in the face 100% of the time.
The technique that I did is that's not all. To achieve compliance here, you have to claim an additional request that is made to add additional benefits. This is often used in television and infomercials. The original price is given, and after that, the request of that's not all or there's more is then said. The price is then lowered or stays the same with additional benefits or things added to the price. Why does this work? You're more likely to agree with more added to the original price after the original item is given to you. Examples of this are maybe a car salesman adds bonuses before you're about to make your decision. Or if you guys ever seen the Magic Bullet, pretty sure you have. They have like extra cups and twist lids for it. And then the example I did was I tried to sell a portable charger, portable phone charger. It was kind of unsuccessful. A lot of people didn't want to buy it, but I kind of got someone here to give me their number. See here. It's a wonderful video.
I'm really tight with money right now. It's portable phone charger that I'm trying to sell. Really? Yeah. How much more? I mean, it's worth like 60 or 80. If you do it. I don't know, that's pushing it for me. Yeah? I mean, that's not all though. I mean, I can give you the free iPhone days, plus the portable charger. If there's no title or anything on that, it'll be ready for $1,000. I'll tell you what, if they're in the case, we'll all read it.
And I see he complied to give me his number and stuff. The deal wasn't there exactly yet, but there was no portable phone charger.
Okay, so what we learned in our field day, originally we thought that the door in the face technique was going to work best, but like Alice said, we were like really wrong. Nobody responded well to that one, and her first attempt to ask someone on video just didn't work at all. And we actually found that the foot in the door technique seemed to work best, and that people were more willing to comply after they were asked a smaller request first, like can I have a second of your time, like afternoons. So in conclusion, compliance is attempting to get someone to say yes to something. There are 3 major techniques: foot in the door in the face, and that's not all. And in our personal experience, the foot in the door method had the most success.